I'm Kelly and this is my channel Kel Stitches, and it is a channel where I talk about all of everything to do with cross stitching, and that was brilliant English right there. So today is the 1st of January 2024, so Happy New Year's to everyone. I hope that this year is brilliant for everyone, and we get a lot of stitching and everything in. So today I am doing my end of year Wip Parade, Finish Parade, Start Parade, all in one. So I don't have that many whips, so it's going into all one video. So if you're a new subscriber, welcome. I hope you enjoy the projects that I have to show you. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you very much for coming back and checking out the progress that I have made on these whips in the last 12 months. So guys, let's just get straight into it. I will start off with the finishes. I only had 4 finishes this year, which is okay, I suppose. The first one is this one, which was the 2022 Mystery Stitch Along by Fox and Rabbit. It was a mystery sampler. It was called Changing Seasons, and it's just on hand-dyed fabric that I dyed myself. So I spent majority of January, first 2 weeks of January, finishing this off because I was determined to finish it so I didn't drag it into the rest of the year. So that was the first one that I finished. Let me just check because I've got them written in the back of my book here. Then the next one I finished was this one, which is Adventure Awaits. Now, this is from 2x2 Stitch Art on Etsy. And I started it in 2022, August 2022, and I finished it on the 5th of September 2023. So just over 12 months to stitch this. Yes, it is only little, but I did have another 16 or so whips that I was stitching on at the same time. And this is stitched on 16 count Aida, so that was my next finish. Oh. And then this one, yes. My third finish for the year was this one, Bengal Tigers 2, and it is a pattern by Just Stitching off eBay. It was a pattern that my mother-in-law gave me quite a few years ago now, probably 6 or so years ago. Don't have a start date on it, but I did finish it on the 30th of September 2023. I think this one took me about 2 years to finish, because I used to be a monogamous stitcher, and then I became enabled and corrupted by a lot of people, and I now have quite a few whips on the go. And that was just stitched on 16 count Aida. And my fourth and final finish for this year, which are FFOs, so fully finished, is my, and I'm not going to be able to hold them all up together, but is my Advent calendar, that if you watched my Flossmas, you would have seen each and every one of those on each day. So that was, and I started these in January and I finished I have several books that have my projects in. Okay, so yeah, Bengal Tigers I started on the 7th of October 2021. So just nearly 2 years it took me to do that one. And then, do I have these in here? Adventure Awaits. Christmas Advent, I started in January and I finished them in October. And they were very easy, so, and that is how I fully finished them off. Is just, I wrapped them around a bit of cardboard, I had 2 pieces of cardboard. I did do a floss tube extra on how I finished these, so if you want to go back in my catalogue and have a look at that. But it was just 2 bits of cardboard. I wrapped them around, glued them together, then stuck some braid around it. And I'm going to have to sneeze. Oh no, stopped it. Alright, so they were my finishes for the year. I did start the year with, I think it was 18 whips. And I am now down to, was it 18 whips? 17 whips. Something like that, but now I'm down to like 13 or 14. 14 whips. So I started with 18 and I'm down to 14. So let's just go straight into my whips. I am going to, so I've got my 2 boxes here with my whips in them. I'm just going to pull them out. Disclaimer, I am not responsible for any enabling that may occur if you see a whip that I have and you want to find it. Also, I haven't unzipped anything, so you're just going to have to put up with the zipper noises. So let's just get straight into it. Alright, so the first one is, I thought I was organised, but I'm really not that organised. The first one is Mini Shaman by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Laurie Prindle. And that is what it's going to look like when it is finally finished. Find it in here so I can tell you all my stats. There it is. And I will take it out of the nudge so we can see the full thing. I haven't done any of that either. I haven't taken anything out of the Q snaps or anything, so you're just going to have to put up with me getting everything out. So I will put up a photo of where it was at the start of the year, and obviously it has not been ironed or anything because I did just take it out of the nudge. And this is where we are up to with it. There we go. So this has been done on 16 count white Ada, 2/1 full cross using CXC floss. And I started in the middle. I started it on the 27th of August 2022. And this was one of the ones that I wanted to get 15,000 stitches into for the year. And I got the 15,000 stitches in it. which brings me to 22.06% finished, and I have done 15,484 stitches out of 70,200. So done good lot on there. Now I will put that one to the side because it's one of the ones I want to wash, because I didn't wash this Ada before I started and it's a little stiff, so I want to wash it and see if I can get some of that starch out of it. So I will zip that bag back up and put it back in here. Alright, my next one that I have done or worked on is, now I've got a sniffly nose because I was going to sneeze, is the Year in the Woods series. I can't remember what I was up to, but this is the one that I have been working on for the last little while, which is the reindeer. I'm going to put this needle minder and needle in there so I don't lose it. Alright, so I'll put a picture of where it was last time where it was at the start of the year, not last time we've seen it. And this is where I'm up to now. So as you can see, I've got the swans, the fox, and half of the reindeer done. I am doing them all on the one piece of fabric. And they are looking amazing. And what must be that? Year in the Woods. It's being stitched on 18 count hand dyed Ada that I dyed myself. I started on the 14th of June 2022. And I didn't write down how many stitches I'd had done in that first 6 months. But in the 12 months since my last Wip Parade, I have done 7,360 stitches. Now I can't tell you percentages or anything like that because they all are all paper patterns. And obviously I am not going to be tracking that sort of stuff. But yeah, that's looking really good. Hopefully I can get some more stitches into this in the next 12 months. But yeah, looks really good. I do enjoy stitching on this one, this series, when I do get to it. I've got all of them, a whole 12 of them in this little bag. Okay. Next is Daydream Sea Turtles. This one is artwork by, what's this one? So artwork is by Sheena Pike and it is charted by Charting Creations. Again, I started in the middle in here and I've just been working across. This is another one that I wanted to get 15,000 stitches done in it, and I didn't get there with this one. Into the bag of floss because this is also another one that I want to wash because the fabric is very stiff and the fabric is huge. So let me wrangle this, fold it up so you can see where I've worked on it. Okay, so that is where I've got to it. Maybe if I put it down here and then I can put the other one, or put it up here and put the other one down the bottom. Or where I have got to it with it. As I said, I did want to get 15,000 stitches into it, and unfortunately I did not get there. I got 13,300 stitches into it, which brings it to 10.07%, and it is 16,702 stitches out of 165,900. So I've just worked over to the far edge, and then I'm thinking that I'll work back across and just get all the middle row done. So that is, yeah, that's what it's looking like. I mean, I have done a decent amount in it. And it's looking really, really good. So once I wash it, because again, stiff fabric, hopefully that will help with the fabric situation, or soften it up a little bit. Trying to think which ones I have worked on and which ones I haven't. Oh, which ones I've shown you and which ones I haven't. I could just throw them all on the floor and then pick them all up afterwards, but I don't want to do that. Alright, the next one that I have worked on is Moonrise Song, which is this one. It is charted by Artisy Cross Stitch, and it is from artwork by Abraham Hunter. This is the large version, and that is what it will look like when it is finished. Once again, oops, just lost the back of me. Take this out. Oh, loosen shit all over the place. Needle minder and needle in there, because again this is another one that I want to wash because of the fabric. Very stiff, just want to try and get some of that starch out of it. And as you can see, the fabric on this is massive as well. Give me 2 seconds to fold it up so I can show you properly all of my progress. Alright, I think that's as best as I'm going to get it. And that is where I've got to it. This again was one that I wanted to do 15,000 stitches on. And I did actually do it. I spent the last 4 days stitching away on this, trying to get my last stitches into it, and that actually went over the 15,000 stitches. If I had have calculated properly, I would have realised that and put this away and worked on sea turtles a little bit more. But this is being worked on 16 count white Ada, and I started it on the 23rd of June 2022. And for 2023, I got 15,960 stitches into it. And as you can see, I started in the middle and I've just gone, these are double pages, and I've just gone straight up. This is the very top of the pattern. So a little bit of the Northern Lights and stuff will be coming in here. All right, so what did I say? 15,960 stitches into this, and that brings me to 9.57%. And I have done so far 21,637 stitches out of 226,050. So it is a big piece. As I said, you can see the size of the fabric. And I will put this one to the side as well, because once I have finished filming this Wip Parade, I will go and throw them in the washing machine and hang them out and see if I can get rid of that starchiness. Next one in this is this one. Now, it hasn't got a title, but I call it Tribal Wolf. This is from an Etsy seller, 2x2 stitch art. And that is what it looks like when it is fully completed. Probably should have done this before, but it's alright. I've spent all morning getting everything prepared. Picture of where it was at the start of the year, and this is where it's up to. Now I'll try to hold it. What side should I hold it? That side? So I can put in the before picture or start of the year picture. Now this is being stitched on 14 count hand dyed Ada. It is Ada from Paddock Lane Designs. I got it as a big bundle from one of her, when she was having one of her dye spot sales. I started this on the 18th of August 2022. And in 2023, I got 6,250 stitches into it, which has brought me to 54.41%. So I'm over halfway. And that is 10,212 stitches out of 18,768. So as you can see, I am just working down this side. Once I get down to where the nudge finishes, and then I'll move over and then just keep moving down. This is being stitched using Etoile 823, DMC Etoile 823. And once it is done, I will probably make it into a cushion or pillow or something like that. Oy. I only got 2 more in this basket, and then I might stop the video and have a little bit of a drink and a break. Not so much a break, but have a drink and organise my shit a little bit, and then I can come back with the next basket. Next one, Pain Free Crafts. It is charted by Pain Free Crafts, and it is called Protector. The artwork is by Katie Lipscomb. This is one that I was gifted from Darren, Dizzy Stitcher. He gave this one to me, and I thought that I would start it as soon as I could, once I had all the fabric and everything. I am not doing this background because I've got it on a hand-dyed Ada that I've done myself. Oh, come off. So again, this is one that I wanted to get 15,000 stitches into it. And that is what it currently looks like. And I did succeed. So this is being stitched on 16 count Ada. As you can see, it is showing a little bit darker. It's more of an apple green. I started this on the 30th of September 2022. And in 2023, I got 15,020 stitches into it all up, which brings me to 60.11%. Now, that is only such a high percentage because I have gone into Pattern Keeper and taken all of the background out of it, which has brought my percentage up to be so much. But in saying that, my percentage at the start of the year was 38.54%, and that was when I took a lot of the background out of it. And now I'm at 60.11, but I think I did take a little bit more, went through and finessed the background and took a bit more background out of it. Now I have done, according to Pattern Keeper, I have done 58,384 stitches out of 97,125. I have not done that many stitches on this because, as I said, a lot of that is the background that I have taken out. But yeah, that is what it looks like. There is others in the same, and that's a whole piece of the fabric. There are a few others by Katie Lipscomb in that same style, which I have already dyed the fabric for. I dyed them all at the same time, so they were all the same colour. And which I've got them all in there anyway. And I will get around to purchasing those. I will get around to purchasing those eventually, and I will get around to doing them one day. And I plan on, I think there's 3 or 4 of them that are all in that same. Anyway, and I'll either make them into a wall hanging and have them all side by side, or I don't know, frame them or whatever and have them all hanging there together. Anyway, that's a future me situation. Last one in this basket is Sans Souci by Long Dog Samplers. And that is what it will look like when it is completed. Take it out of the nudge. Now I did get my, oops, didn't mean to do that. I did get my voucher from my Crystal Club, Pain-Free Crafts Crystal Club voucher through at the end of, oh, it was like a couple of days after Christmas, I think it came through. So I already know what pattern I am getting, but I will order a few more Nerge frames, a couple of small ones and maybe another. I know I said I wasn't keen on the big ones, but the back door just opened. Nash, can you close the door, please? It's a bit windy and the door doesn't latch properly and it's just blowing open, so I've just got the son to close it, and he was just stuffing his face in the fridge. So, all right, Sans Souci. I was talking about the Nerge hoops. I said I wasn't keen on the big ones, but I'm going to get one more just to see. I know I have one here, which I am going to use on one of my new starts, and I'll get one more just to see. I don't know if it was that fabric because it's so stiff. Hopefully once I wash it, it might come good. But I'll get some more small ones too. I love the small ones. Okay, Sans Souci. This is where I am up to with it. Oops. Now, let me find it in my book. There it is. It is being stitched on 18 count white Aida using Silks for You floss, PR 147 and PR 001. I've done 8,480 stitches on it in 2023, which brings me to 61.67%. So I am well over halfway, heading towards 3/4. This should be finished this year, hopefully. I know I've said that before and haven't done it, but I am hoping that this will be done this year, and then I can start another a long dog sampler. So I have done 14,956 stitches out of 24,252. Now I am just working in all the purple stuff in here, and as you can see, I have dated it 2024 in the hopes that it will be finished this year. If not, oh well, I am not unpicking it. I can stay that date, but I am just working in all the purple here, but it's not very big, so hopefully it will fit in a standard frame that I can get from Spotlight or something like that. But I won't be able to wash it because it is silks. So I'll just have to try not to get it too dirty. All right, that is that basket. Give me a second, or give me a couple of minutes. It'll only be a second for you guys. I will stop, have a drink, sort myself out, and I will be okay. Let's get back into it. What is this one? Oh, no, that does not have a project in it. It's got a new start in it. Let's try this one. This is Quaker Sampler SS187 by Happy Mood Point. They are on Etsy. They used to be Happy Mood Point on Etsy. I don't know what name they go under anymore. I'm sure if you still look up Happy Mood Point, they will come up. But I can't remember the name that they have changed their store to. I don't know why they changed the name or anything like that, but yeah, that is what it will look like when it is finished. Now, I'm not going to take it fully out of the Q-snap because I should be able to show you everything that has been completed on it without taking it completely off. And that is where I'm up to with it. And I haven't even looked for it in my book. There it is. Rightio. So I started it this year on the 12th of January. Well, not this year. Started it last year, 12th of January 2023. And it is being stitched on 16 count hand dyed Ada that I dyed myself in a very pale blue. I am using all petite treasure braids on it, and except for the wooden rod up the top, it is just, I don't know what number that is. Silks for You, PR121 for the rod up the top. And I am going to be, I'm not stitching everything. Some of these smaller ones in here, these bits and maybe even this one, I'll decide on that, are going to be in beads in matching colours of the floss. Now I got 2,502 stitches into this in 2023, which has brought me to 14.93%. And that is 2,502 stitches out of 16,755. I don't know why the 2 stitches are there for, because I am one of those ones that stops smack bang on like the 0. So whether it's 20s or 10s or anything like that, I will stop smack bang. I'm not one of those ones that goes, oh yeah, I've got to 225 stitches, I'll just leave it as that. I've got to do that extra 5 or 15 stitches to bring it to an even number. But that's what it looks like. I hopefully will get some more progress into that this year. I know there was a few times that it came up in the rotation and then I was like, don't really want to work on that, so I worked on something else for a few extra days. We all have those projects that we love, but then we will choose something else over it. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Next project is this one, Shaped Wolf. Artwork is by Greg Giordano and it is charted by Heaven Earth Designs. That is what it will look like when it is completed. And I know that Charting Creations, is it by Greg Giordano? I think it's by the same artist, has one. and it's a white wolf, and I seen it and I was like, oh my god, I've got to get it as a companion piece to this. I haven't bought the chart yet, but I will buy the chart eventually and just have it in my stash to get around to do it eventually. I'll probably do it on a coloured fabric as well. Maybe not the same coloured fabric. I might do it on another, like a darker brown or something like that. I'll see. Yeah, they're useful. Put them in the bag.
How was this useful?
You were not useful. Put them in the bag.
That's 10 little piece of stuff. What bag?
That one.
Look at that. Bossing me around.
Fold this up. You want to stand there and annoy me while I'm doing a Wip Parade, you can be helpful.
I wasn't standing. I was sitting.
You are under the table like a creeper.
Okay.
Don't do it up because I've got to put this back in it.
Look at you.
You can't help yourself, can you?
What?
Alright, so... Yes, goodbye.
Oh, no, I'm coming back then.
This is where I'm up to. So, this is another one that I wanted to get. Let me fold that a bit more. So, this is another one that I wanted to get my 15,000 stitches into, and I have not turned. There it is. 18 count hand dyed Ada. I dyed it myself in a terracotta colour because it does not have background, so I wanted a coloured fabric that once I framed it or made it into a wall hanging or something like that, it would show up rather than just white fabric. Now, I started this on 19th of January 2023, so it was a new start. There will be no before pick. This is all of the stitching that I got on it this year, which was, sorry guys, I had to sneeze again, which was spot on 15,000 stitches. That brings me to 11.84%, and it is 15,000 all out of 126,707 stitches. Now, I know as I was stitching this during the year, I was a little concerned with the detail and stuff in it. As I was stitching here, I was unsure of the detail in that wolf's face. But as I've stitched more in, you can see that it is coming in nicely. And we have the eagle head and the buffalo down the bottom. Now I am working one page, well this is a partial page up here, and then I'll work down into that page, and then I will move across and do the same. And I will just keep doing it like that. I will do the columns of pages up and down. So I'll do all this column of pages down here because I think it gets into a back. I think it gets into a back leg here. And so I will do the column of pages down here, and then I will move over this side and I will do the column of pages towards the head. And I'm loving the coverage of 2/1 on the 18 count, and I am using CXC for all of my projects because it's cheaper. I can get 300 skeins of CFC for $40, and that will do 2 or 3, depending on the size of the projects and how many skeins are needed, but that will do 2 or 3 projects. And I just order that every couple of months, once a month, every couple of months, something like that. And yeah. The next one I'm going to show you is Spirit Guides. Artwork is by Laurie Prindle and it is charted by Pain Free Crafts. That is what it will look like when it is finished. Now some of these are new starts for the year, so they're not going to have a before picture of what it looked like, because that's just not, no, I'm not going to be able to hold that properly. Wait, really? What? Grab that and without falling off the chair. And that is upside down. Alright, now that is the right way. That is what I have stitched on it. Once again, this was one of the projects that I wanted to get 15,000 stitches into. As you might have noticed, I do start all of my projects in the middle, or whether they're small or full coverage or whatever, I start in the middle and then I work my way out. That's just the way I do it. This is being stitched on 16 count Ada. I have got 18 count written in here, but it was 16 count because I had a little panic there 2 or 3 months ago, thinking that I had stuffed up and not cut the fabric correctly, and I was going to have to chop some off either end, but it is 16 count. I measured it. It is correct. It is the correct size, so no worries there. The whole pattern will fit on it. Started this one on the 22nd of January 2023. I got 15,385 stitches, and I don't know where that 5 came from, because again, I am one that stitches to the 0. So I don't understand, unless I had to frog something and re-stitch it that same day. Maybe that's where it came in. I don't know. Got no idea. It's totally baffled me, but I did reach my 15,000 stitches. That brings me to 6.48%. And it is 15,385 stitches of 237,600. So it is another medium sort of piece, I guess you would say. It's a big piece. I mean, that's the size of the fabric. It's going to be big, but then it is 16 count fabric. It's going to be another one of these. And I stabbed myself with a needle. I will make it into a wall hanging. So that was Spirit Guides. The next one is Mini Top Frog. Artwork is by Jodie Bergsma and it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Now I started this as a stitch along, start along, whatever you want to call it, with Judy, who is an Aussie in a Kiwi world, and Darren, Dizzy Stitcher. At the start of the year, Darren completed his because he was also doing another challenge with Alara. And if you haven't watched Darren's video, go and have a look at that and you will see the full completed piece. But both Judy and Darren done max colour version, whereas mine is just the normal mini top frog. And now I've got a runny nose from sneezing and I don't even know what I was sneezing about. Snap off. Back in there. Fold this up a little bit so I can handle it easier. And there it is. There is all my stitching. Again, this is one of the ones that I wanted to get 15,000 stitches into it. So it was the can't even count. It was the eight full coverages, large full coverages that I have that I wanted to get 15,000 stitches into. I gave myself that goal in my last Wip Parade. And I kind of succeeded. It was only I will tell you that at the end, how many I got the 15,000 into. So look how cute, look how good those eyes are. Look the shine on it as you bring it back, it looks so good. This is being stitched on a 16 count Aida. And I started it on the 17th of January 2023 and I got 15,000 stitches into it, which brings me to 17.99%. And my arm is getting sore from holding it up. So yeah, and that is 15,000 out of 83,250. But look how good it looks. So I'm just going to keep working down to the bottom. I don't have that much left. I think it's only a partial page down here. Work my way down to the bottom and then I'll work all the way across the row of pages at the bottom and then I'll just maybe typewriter my way up. So once I get the bottom, I will just start on this side and go that way and then come back and go that way and just keep going. Unless I should, once I go down to the bottom, I should come up and reach the top of it. I think I might do that. Might finish that bottom page and then I'll go up and do the top page this year. And let's see how we can get, how far we can get with it. Alright, there is only one more whip to show you. And that is Waterhole Masters, the Master. Artwork is by David Penfound and it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is just the regular version. It is not supersized, it is not max color. It is not mini, it is just the regular version. Sorry about the glare. And now I have been working, I started in the zebras. Fold this so it is easier to handle. Okay, not the prettiest folding job, but it'll do. And that is where I'm up to. This was a new start, so there will be no before picture. And it is being stitched on 18 count aider. And I started this on the 15th of January 2023. And I got 15,020 stitches into it. So that is 15,020 stitches. I think that is 3 pages. Nope. I think that's just 2 pages. 2 complete pages. Yep. That is 2 Haid pages. Haid pages are huge. With a few of the others, like my Moonrise song, that's 2, 4, 6, nearly 8 pages that I have completed on it. This is 2 pages. But look how good those zebras are looking. The stripes, yeah, looking so good. May lose a little bit of detail here in the grass and the background, but I don't really, it's not a major thing for me. It's the animals. As long as the animals, the details are in those, and I'm happy, because the zebras, they are coming out. They're looking amazing. I am loving stitching on this one. It is one of my favorites. So easy to stitch, probably because I haven't hit a great deal of confetti in it at the moment, but it is so easy to stitch. And what I am going to do this year is I'm going to finish concentrating on the pages that have the zebras in it. So I'll move over this way and do that one, move over this way, finish off this one, and then any other pages that have bits of zebra in it, whether it's their legs or anything like that, I will do those and move out from there and see where it takes me, what animal I want to work on next. But yes, I got 15,020 stitches into this, which brings me to 5.82%. And that is 15,020 stitches out of 258,125. So that's a decent size project again. Now, to do a few yearly stats and stuff like that before I move into my new starts section. If you watched my Wip Parade at the start of the year, at the start of 2023, I said I set myself a couple of goals. One of them was 15,000 stitches into my 8 full coverage projects. Now, I done 15,000 into 7 of them. And the only one that didn't get it was Daydream Sea Turtles. I was a couple of thousand out on it. But that's fine. I managed the goal on the other 7. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Got some really good progress into all of those. Got some really good progress in the Daydream Sea Turtles, but it just wasn't meant to be to get the 15,000. And the other goal I set myself was to get 200,000 stitches in for the year. Now, this year I didn't get to stitch as many days as what I thought I would have been able to. So, for 2023, I done 185,530 stitches. I stitched for 312 days out of 365. And my daily average, because I divided the 185,000 and a few spare with change, I divided it by the whole 365 days, not by how many days I stitched, by the whole year. So my daily average is 508 stitches a day, which isn't too bad considering that I do work pretty much full time. And it is crazy hectic sometimes. And I mean, we all have times where, due to illness or holidays or anything like that, where we don't stitch anyway. So I am down on my stitch count from 2022. I'll try to put it here. 2023, I done 185,330. 2022, I done 190,230. So I'm down about 5,000 stitches out on that. In 2023, I worked 312 days, and in 2022, I worked 313 days. So nearly a week extra in 2022, and that's where that 5,000 would have came from. And of course, then my daily average is a little bit higher. 2023, my daily average was 508, and for 2022, my daily average was 521. So this year, I am not going to set myself a yearly stitch goal. It would be nice if I could get to finally crack the 200,000, but I am not going to set myself that yearly stitch goal because I just don't want to do it to myself. I haven't really set any goals for any of the others. Well, I wasn't going to set goals for any of the others. But I joined Wip Warriors on Facebook, and they did ask for a goal for your whips. So I said the 10 full coverages that I am doing in 2024, I want to get 10,000 stitches into each of them, which will bring me to 100,000, and then that'll leave 100, if I want to get to 200,000, that'll leave 100,000 for any of the others. So that is what I am setting for 2024. 10,000 stitches in 10 full coverage projects. So let me conclude this section of the Wip Parade that I've showed you all my whips. I've told you my stats for the year. And let me just get myself organized. And I will be back with my new starts and how I plan on doing my rotation, etc., for 2024. I'm back. All right, now.
Ugly what?
Oakley Doakley. Nash just looked at me like, oh, what did you just say? Oh, dear. So, let's just get into this. I've got to take those off. Let's get into my new starts for the year. So I've got 14 whips. 14, yeah. Yeah, 14 whips. And I decided that I wanted to take it to 21 so I could have 3 rotations, and then I can, well, not 3 rotations. What I can do is draw 7 whips a fortnight and work on those. And then I'll draw another 7 whips and work on them for the following fortnight, and so on and so forth. So that is what I'm doing. I have got 7 new starts and I will show them to you. So the first one is Doreen Jones, this little one called the Farm Animals Sampler. I have everything here in this little bag. I was just going to do it on plain white fabric, and then I thought no, because the white of the sheep and the pig and the cow will get lost in the white fabric. And then I decided to coffee dye some fabric, and this is what it turned out like. So that's as big as the project is going to be. Doesn't have many stitches into it, so do I do a Jen and start getting silly and call a finish for it? There's really not that many stitches in it. Should I do a Jen? Yeah, I'll call a finish on it for this year. So yeah, that is the fabric. I dyed it myself. I've got all of the floss there, which are DMC, because it only required a few flosses, so I just went and bought it from my local Spotlight. So that was number 1. Number 2 is what I call Wild. Oh, now I just got that from Etsy, Doreen Jones's Etsy store. This is called Wild. It is one of the trio that I got from 2x2 Stitch Art, also on Etsy. You just seen the second one that I'd finished called Adventure Awaits. This is the 3rd and final one in the trio or the series. I bought them all together. You can buy them separately, but I bought them all together as the trio. So this is the 3rd and final one. So I'm going to get that one done. And obviously it is just, if I can find it all, there's the floss, and I am just doing it on a bit of 16 count scrap Aida, and this is why I keep these little bits, little squares of Aida, because those type of patterns are perfect to put on it. Hey, looks like I'm going to have to pull my overlocker out and overlock some of these. Leave that out, because I know there's a couple other pieces of fabric here that need overlocking before I start as well. So, new start number 2. And then we have the Out of the Savannah Cell by Cross Stitch for Everyone. Now, the first part has been released, and I don't know if this is part of it, but the first part has been released, and a good chunk of it is just white stitching, white background stitching, so I am not going to do that. I am not going to do the white background. I am going to leave it out. And I've got everything in this snap lock bag, all the floss, and as you can see, I've got a shit ton of B5200. I ordered it just in case. If I don't use it, well, I can always try my hand at dyeing a little bit of thread. So I've got the fabric in there, which I've already overlocked and washed, and I've got a new 11 by 11 Q snap in there as well. So that's all ready to go. That is new start number 3. Then I am going to be starting the Modern Folk Embroidery 2024 sale. This is no time like the present. I am not doing this colour scheme. I would show you what colour scheme I'm doing, but it is on Pattern Keeper, which is on my tablet, which is what I'm using to record on. So, but I have got everything here. I do actually need to make myself some new, some more project bags. That's what you call them. So I did buy some more fabric yesterday and everything. I will get around to cutting them out and making them. I am doing this on 20 count Rustico Ada. I have serged it, I have washed it, so it's probably going to be a little bit smaller than 20 count. And I am doing it in the colour scheme of three, three, four, was it? No, 322 and 832. So that's the colour scheme I am doing. But just to make my life a little more fun, I am going to do some highlights with the DMC Diamond thread. Just to, yeah, throw a little bit of fun into my life and use some metallic thread. That is number 4. Then I am going, well, I will be starting this one as well, which is Horse Portrait. It is by Just Stitching. It is another one of those patterns that my mother-in-law purchased for me a long time ago. It had to be 6 or 7 years ago now. So that is what it will look like. And I have had this kitted up for a long time. Same as, I kitted it up the same time as I kitted up the Bengal Tigers and everything. And it's just being done on 16 count Ada, which needs to be serged and washed. So that can go there. And it'll get done after I finish filming this. So that was number 5. Maybe I've got 13 whips and 8 new starts. That could be it. Anywho, next one is Moon Wolf 1. This is a pattern from Etsy Stella. Trying to think of their name. Like Unicorn Designs. Could be one of those. but that is what it is going to look like. I think all the background is stitched, possibly. All this white is stitched. I'm not going to stitch all that white. Who wants to do silly things like that? Lara and all her black stitching on Dragons of Spat. So, I am going to do it on pink fabric. Now, I don't need this whole piece for it. And I have already got it measured out on the back here. So what I will do, I know it's already serged and everything. So instead of cutting it, I think what I'll do is try to find the middle of the section that I have measured out already and just start from the middle of it. I think that's what I'll do. And it'll have some pink and white in it. I just have to decide what side I am going to use, because like all dyed fabric, one side is darker than the other or has more colour than the other. And that's all the floss. So that is new start number 6. And then I have this one, which is a Tiger Lily. Artwork is by Laurie Prindle, and this is a pain-free crafts chart and also a kit, which is all done up for me, all ready to go. There's my spare floss. The fabric is already overlocked and it's Zide white, so it's not going to need washing. There's my needle minder. And my floss is already on floss cards, ready to go. So that one is going to be easy. All I've got to do is put it into a frame, which I'm going to be using my other Nerge hoop for, and away we go. So that is number 7. And the last new start is going to be is going to be this one, which is called Oh Great Spirit. The artwork is by Linda K. Powell, and it is an old dimensions chart. It is a 1996 chart, and Judy, an Aussie in a Kiwi world, sent me this one. I'm pretty sure it was one of her mum's charts. She also loved all the Native American Indian stuff and what haven't you. So, yes, Judy sent me some of her charts and I love it so much. I can't wait to start it. I've got everything here ready for it. Just doing it on plain old white Aida. I was going to do a coloured Aida, but then I thought there is already so much going on with it that I am not going to do a coloured Aida, and it does have beads around the border, so that will be done at the end. Fabric is already serged and washed, so it's gone nice and playable. So that is all ready to go. That is new start number 8. And that is all of my new starts for the year. Now, how I am going to do this is, oh, hang on, I've just seen something that I want to show you guys. Like most of us, I had an aught catcher for the year, and I just emptied it. It's just a little jar that I just keep sticking all of my aught pieces in, and I emptied it this morning, and this is all of my aughts for 2023. So all colours in there, all different colours and everything. And Nash said that I could nearly do another project with these, and I said it would take a lot because they're all only about this long. Some of them may be about that long, but most of them are only about an inch, so you wouldn't get much stitching out of those. I just thought that was...
Yes, you would.
I just thought that was interesting to see all of them from the year. Alright, so I need to serge those and wash them. So, what I am going to do is I have written every whip down on a card. Closed card. There's 21, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 21. Now, to save me the choice of deciding what I want to stitch on every fortnight, I am going to pull them out of a bag. Now, this is just a Christmas bag that I got a present in. I was not going to buy a container or a basket or anything for them. They can just go in there, and I will mix them up. And because I have shut them together with a bit of Velcro tapey type stuff, they are not going to pop open. And what I am going to do is every fortnight on my floss tube, I am going to pull 7 whips out. And they will be the 7 that I work on for that fortnight, which means each project gets 2 days. Unless I can't work on them for the 2 days. And then they get as many days as I can. If I can't work on... I forgot a whip that I did not show you. And you know why I forgot that whip? It's right down the bottom of the basket. So, this whip. I did not show you this whip because I have not worked on the bloody thing all year. Now, this is my stamped kit. This uses that annoying, I won't call it silk, it's rayon or something. It's annoying. It is a pain in the ass to work with. So that's what it looks like on the front. That's the back. That's how much I've stitched of it. It's a pain in the ass to work with. It's slippery. It's annoying. It's, yeah. it is a pain, and I have put it off every time that it came up in the rotation. I put it off because I didn't want to stitch on it. But I bought myself some thread conditioner on the say of Alara. I just had a moment then and I still couldn't think of the word that I was looking for. On the say of Alara, I got myself some thread conditioner, and she said that it makes that shitty rayon floss so much easier to work with. So that is why I did not show you that one. And you know why I remembered that? Because then I was going to get onto this and tell you how I'm going to do it. Pulling 7 projects a fortnight. Each project should get 2 days stitching. Now, if for some reason I don't stitch on a project for that rotation, I am keeping it out. And it will automatically go into the next rotation, and I will only pick however many projects to the 7. So, because today is the 1st and I am starting my new rotation today, I am going to pick 7 out of here, and the 7 that I pick out of here will go into another bag until all of these have been picked and worked on, and then they all go back in the bag. So let's start. We will pick 7 out. So this could be interesting. We could end up with all new starts. We could end up with all smalls. We could end up with all full coverages for the rotation. First one is a new start, and it is Wild. Which is that one. No, that's upside down. Which is that one. So that is number 1. Second one is Shaped Wolf, which is a whip, and it is, I will just show you the cover photo, I won't show you the project again, which is that one. So that's number 2. Number 3 is a Mini Shaman after I wash it. So and it is that one. Number 4 is Horse Portrait after I overlock and wash the fabric. And it is that one. And I was saying that I would probably just do all of this background in half stitch, in 10 stitch, to make it go quicker. I don't know, I'll decide that once I get there. But that is number 4. Number 5 is Spirit Guides. And it is that one. number 6. Daydream Sea Turtles. After I wash it. Which is that one. Six. One more. Jinxed myself. I'm nearly all full coverages. And number 7 is the stamped. Oh God, you can tell how thrilled I am with that one, can't you? So that is the 7 projects that I'm going to work on this fortnight. I'll probably leave the stamped one till the end. And you'll see. Let's see. No, I can't do that. I can't keep leaving it till the end. I just can't do it because it'll never get worked on. And you'll see it every rotation. So I've got to get some stitches into it. One more thing I want to show you in conjunction with my stitching for this year is to keep track of my stitches. I have got myself 2 whiteboards. Now I've already written them up. This one is the full coverage one, and as you can see I've got my goal written there of 10,000 stitches each, and I have the name of the 10 of them: Moonrise Song, Mini Shaman, Mini Top Frog, Shaped Wolf, Waterhole Master, Protector, Spirit Guides, Daydream Sea Turtles, Tiger Lily, and Out of the Savannah. I have included the Out of the Savannah in there because technically it is full coverage. It's just that I am not stitching the whole of the background. Now, on each video, I am going to write in here with a coloured marker how many stitches I got, and then I am going to add them up as we go down and get them. So I will write in how many stitches I got done, and then the next time I stitch on them I will write in there how many stitches I got done then and add it up, and then I will write how many stitches and add it on, and just keep going down like that down the bottom, so I can keep a tally and you guys can keep a tally of how many stitches I get done on each project. So that's the one for the full coverages with 10,000, and this is the as you can see I've already partially rubbed that off. Small full coverages and the non-full coverages. These don't have a goal or anything, but I am still going to keep a tally of how many stitches I get done on them. So they are my 2 whiteboards. I'll try not to destroy them too much and wipe them off. The black lines are done in permanent marker, but the titles, like the names and stuff, are only done in whiteboard marker, so they can easily rub off. Alright guys, I think that is everything. I've showed you my finishes, I've showed you my whips, I've showed you my new starts. I've gone through how we're going to do pick the whips for each fortnightly rotation. Showed you my whiteboards. That's it. Everything. I've showed you everything for this Wip Parade. Adding it all together, it should be around about an hour and a half for you, which is pretty long for one of my videos. Alright guys, I am going to leave it as that. I'm going to clean up my mess. I will overlock these couple of bits of fabric, and then I will throw them 3 projects and them 2 bits of fabric into the washing machine and get them done, considering that 2 of the ones that are to be washed I have called for this rotation. I knew I was going to jinx myself like that, but it just means that one of the rotations is just going to be a lot of the small ones, and I should be able to get some good stitches into them. So I do have another, what's today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I've got another 4 days off work. We are planning on going to a couple of national parks though, so I don't know how much stitching I'll get done on those days, but that's fine. All right, guys, I will see you in 2 weeks on the 14th, 15th. Hopefully I'll be back on the 15th of January with my normal, regularly scheduled program of floss tubes, where I will show you my progress, and I will pull another 7 projects out to work on. So once again, if you are a new viewer, thank you very much for dropping in. I hope you enjoyed what I have shown you. Hope you enjoyed my projects and seeing the progress that I got on them during the year of 2023. I really would love for you to stick around and see my progress on my projects for the year of 2024. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you very much, guys, for sticking around, watching me every time I put a video up. It is greatly appreciated. It is so appreciated. I know there was a few of you that stuck around and watched my flossness from day 1 right through. That was very much appreciated, as much as it turned into a circus some days, but it was very fun to film and put it out there. It took a lot of time to do every day, but I got it done, and you guys were absolutely stellar for sticking around and watching it every day. I know it was probably a lot because there was a lot of flossness and everything, but it was good. Also, thank you very much for tuning in and watching my Wip Parade. I know it is the season of Wip Parades out there, and it is very much appreciated that you have chosen mine to watch and to take some time out of your day to watch my Wip Parade. There's so many out there, and it does get a little mind-boggling and overwhelming at times to watch them all. I know myself, I pick and choose what Wip Parades I am going to watch and when, because there are so many out there. But thank you very much. It is very much appreciated. I can't say it enough, guys. It is very much right. I am creeping towards that 1,000 subscriber mark. So awesome. Rightio, guys, I will leave it as that, and I will see you all in my floss tube